Welcome students. In this lesson I'm just going to double check my work here for table C for these factors, and you're welcome to just take a look at this. This is what we might call a control or kind of a master. It's just a way to double check your work, and I just wanted to show you something here. So you'll notice that as I started to find the factors of my numbers, so here I found 1. What are the factors of 1? The factors of 1 are 1 and 1. So I'm going to go ahead and color that, shade that in with red, because the only factors, the only numbers that make 1 are 1 and 1. I'm going to move on to the next number here. That would be 2. And I see for 2, it's 2 times 1. And that's the only way to get 2, is 2 times 1. So because the only way to get it is to multiply it by 1 and itself, when I say itself, I mean the number itself, 2, I'm going to shade that 1 red as well. How about the number 3? What do I notice about the number 3? How can I make 3? What are the factors of 3? The factors of 3 are 3 and 1. So here again, the only factors of 3 are 1 and itself, 3. How about the number 4? How can I make the number 4? Let's see, I can get it by multiplying 4 times 1 and 2 by 2 times 2. 4 has a few factors. 4 is one factor, 1 is one factor, and 2 is another factor. Now these kinds of these are kind of two different examples. You don't have to shade this, but I'm just going to shade it just for fun here. I'm going to make this one green here. So these red numbers here have a special name because the only way to make them is to multiply it times 1 or by itself. We call these numbers composite numbers. So composite numbers, I'm going to go ahead and write that down, and you should write that in your math notebook too. Composite numbers. Composite numbers are numbers that you can, numbers that have factors, numbers that have more than 2 factors. Numbers that have more than 2 factors. So for example, a number like 4, you can make 4 with 1 times 4, or 4 times 1, or 2 times 2. So you see here it has 1 and 4 and 2. It has more than 2 factors. But those other numbers, like the number 3, the only way you can make 3 is 3 times 1, or 1 times 3. It only has 2 factors. We call that, as a special name, we call that a prime number. Call it a prime number. So prime numbers only have 2 factors. One of those factors is the number 1, and one of those factors is itself. So for example, 3 is a prime number, and the only factors of 3 are 1 and itself, 3. So let's just kind of carry on with this here. How about 5 times 1? Is 5 prime or composite? Well, it only has 2 factors, 1 in itself, so it must be prime. How about 6? Does 6 have 2 factors or many factors? Is it prime or composite? I see that it has many factors, so it must be composite. It's a composite number. So we're introducing this new idea of prime numbers and composite numbers. I'm going to highlight this as well. So these are composite, whoa, cool. These are composite numbers. and these are prime numbers. So what you're going to do here is just go through and label these numbers. Are they prime or are they composite numbers? You can color them if that's helpful too. And when you're done, just take a screenshot or a picture of what you worked on and submit that as your work.